Hey guys, Luke here,
What up, Thade here too?
and we just watched the latest movie from Marvel Studios, Thor: Love and Thunder. So, I didn't have much expectations going into it at first, but after seeing it, I gotta say, it's actually a great movie.
Yeah, I definitely thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, there were a lot of great moments, but the best thing in this film, it wasn't all the great deliveries, it wasn't the emotional moments and stuff. The greatest thing, Ben, you want to say this on the count of
Yes.
5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Matt Damon! Oh my goodness, Matt Damon was in this film. He was in the stage performance recreating one of the scenes from Thor Ragnarok, and we were just like, oh, Matt Damon!
Yeah, out of nowhere he just popped up and it was so hilarious.
Yeah, me and Thade kind of had a Matt Damon phase, and then we entered a Morbius phase, so it's a long story, but yeah, ultimately Matt Damon should never launch this down again.
Never do any stage performances ever.
You'll
again.
never perform on Broadway in this world again, Mr. Damon. But aside from that, the performances were actually really good. I think Christian Bale, Natalie Portman, and Chris Hemsworth were really good in them. And plus, it's also great to see Natalie Portman back on the big screen. It's been a long time since she's been in a theatrical film.
Yeah, it has been a while since she's been like in the MCU too, so it was nice to like see her back.
Yeah, like Christian Bale also gave a great performance as the villain. He had some great deliveries, and yeah, probably one of the best villains I've seen in recent MCU films. And of course, Chris Hemsworth also does really good at Thor, especially in the emotional moments.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth has like just knocked it out of the park with Thor for like what is almost like 10 or 12 years by this point. Like he's just consistently been really good as the part. Like I think like he is Thor kind of now. Like he really like plays it really well.
Yeah, and some of the cinematography, it wasn't that bad either. There were some really great shots. I especially love when they get to the moon and everything just goes muted. I think that was a really great stylistic choice from Taika Waititi. Plus, who also did a great job directing. I mean, he's made countless great films that, unfortunately, I haven't seen, like Jojo Rabbit and all that. I gotta watch this sometimes, but from what I've seen so far, he does a great job. And I'm really excited for his next film, Next Goal Wins.
Yeah, he's definitely got a really unique style, and I think he like pulls it off very well in all the movies I've seen from him. So he did a great job with this one too.
Yeah. Plus, the soundtrack was also really good. Oh gosh, I forgot that one that was playing at the end of the credits. Dang it.
Oh, Sweet Child of Mine.
Oh yeah, Sweet Child of Mine. That I really like that one. And Welcome to the Jungle. Some of the other 80s, 70s music. It's very Taika Waititi-ish. In a good way.
Yeah.
Plus, this film also has some firsts. Also has some firsts for a Marvel movie. Like, we got to see nudity in a Marvel movie, so that was interesting.
Yeah, you could already see that from the trailers, but yeah, that popped up.
Yeah. Thank goodness they didn't show us. Yeah. And yeah, also the emotional moments were really handled well. Like when Jane tells Thor that she has cancer, when they're up there seeing the 6 dolphins in the beautiful area.
Yeah. I think like Gore, kind of his relationship, like how he kind of like lost his daughter and all that, like that was a really good character arc for him. It kind of like fleshed him out as more of a villain, like he at least like had a motivation for it or whatever. Like he wasn't just a straight up like bad guy, and he kind of like redeemed himself at the end. So
Yeah.
I think that was a really good character arc too.
Yeah, and he's such a refreshment from some of the later Marvel movies, and where they feel very forgettable. Like that one villain from Black Widow, probably the most awful Marvel villain. I don't remember his name. His motives were just terrible.
Yeah, I don't even remember him either. He's not very good.
Now, for all the praise I'm giving this film, there are a couple areas where it kind of falls flat. Like mostly with Marvel movies nowadays, they have the need to add in some jokes in some areas, and it doesn't kind of work. Like, they do this after the kids get kidnapped, where there's like some comedy, but like, I'm just thinking, this is a serious issue. A lot of children just got kidnapped by Gore, and yet they're put in some jokes. Like, I wish the situation could have been taken more seriously from the start.
Yeah, I feel like with a lot of new like MCU Phase 4 projects, they're kind of just overdoing it with the comedy. Like they need to know like when to have comedic moments and when to kind of hold back. Like that would really help with future like films and shows and stuff. But yeah, that was kind of one of the low points in the movie.
Yeah, and plus there are also several shots in this film that look like PS2 or PS3 games, like
Kind of like the goats. I thought they
yeah.
sometimes they look kind of weird.
I mean, we're at a point where we have a lot of CG technology, but it feels like we are backstepping so many times. Like, but to be fair, there is some good CG in this film. Like, but the area where Thor and Jane have their conversation in the middle, like that had some good CG, as well as the final fight between Thor, Jane, and Gore.
Yeah, and kind of like the planet where like Gore was at first. Like I thought that was a really cool like place.
Oh yeah, the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, the Shadow Realm. Like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like this doesn't relate to the film, but the first thing that came to my mind was like this Thomas meme that the Unlucky Tug did, where Sir Topham Hatt says, "I'm banishing you to the Shadow Realm," and Sir Handel just fades. It was like, yeah. But Thor: Love and Thunder, it's really good, and I think it might just give me some hope for I think it has some hope for the future of the MCU. Like, I think these movies definitely have a lot of potential, but like, if they're going to be good, they'll have to improve some stuff that they still haven't.
Yeah, they kind of just need to like tone it down with the comedy and kind of try and make it more like quality instead of just like not really trying in some areas.
And have the situations feel important. Have them feel serious.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of scenarios like in the movie where it felt really serious, and then there was just other times where the comedy was just too much. So they just need to find like a better balance with that.
Yeah. But overall, really enjoyable film. I'm giving it 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good score too. I'd give it an 8 too.
Yep. That's it, and see you next time on the making of Luke and Thade.